I have some individuals that have asked to address us. I'll take them in the order that they signed, and the first is Chris Walker. And for all of you that will be addressing us, please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Morning, Chris.
Morning. I just wanted to thank you guys as TriMet and the board. You guys have done a great job with all the changes that have to be made, and it's Thanksgiving, and you know, you probably don't hear thank you now and then. I just thought that we are so blessed, specifically more, I am so blessed to have multi-tier transit system that I can ride. Yes, the cuts are impactful, but they were necessary, and I just wanted to say thank you. You've done a great job.
Well, thank you. You can take longer, Chris, if you want. Thank you very much.
How much you get paid today? Nothing.
Cameron Johnson.
If you see me becoming the nervous wreck I was last time, stop me. Well, first off, I just wanted to thank you for sending my ideas to the service board. See, I've already started becoming a nervous wreck. And the service planning is looking over that right now, which means there is actually a chance that I might impact the transit system, and you will not believe how excited my family is about that. But I decided that maybe what I was doing last week was pretty much, I just kept playing over and over in my head. What I was doing was advertising my ideas and not ideas that other people were having. So I go on a lot of blogs online. The one I'm thinking of this week is www.TriMet. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it has a Q in it. But one subject that really was popular was the fare zone. I'm not sure how popular the fare zone is with people around here, but I had read a lot of great ideas on how people would change it, and trust me, a lot of people don't like it. They don't like how it costs them an all-zone fare to get from the zoo to Sunset, but how just actually someone took the time to study a way to get from Gresham to Hillsborough by taking about 10 different buses, but it just shows how weird the fare thing is. And some ideas they had were just to charge a low flat rate, get on, every time you get on, just pay $125, no transfers, to expand Zone 1 and merge 2 and 3 and charge $230 for the entire outer zone. Hope I'm not boring anyone here. And one idea that I particularly liked was that if people were able to pay $225 instead of $230 like that, and you were to increase it in quarters, then people would have less time sticking around for more nickels and dimes and stuff, and that would actually impact the speed of the buses and actually eventually impact gas miles, even if it's just like $100. Or my idea in particular was to charge per hour of service. If someone's going to ride for 1 hour, like down the street, they just pay $1. If someone's going out all day, they just pay $5. But my point is, people have great ideas. If you were to talk to a lot of these people online, they would have so many ideas that could impact the system for the better. And I'm thinking that you really should look into some of these websites. If you ever want to look at it, you just email me, and I'll definitely provide you the links.
Okay, thank you, Cameron.
Just a comment. I read your TriMet improvement report, Mr. Johnson. I compliment you on spending the time you did and the effort you put into this. And Fred, I said this once before at the city, TriMet ought to hire this kid or give him an apprenticeship or something. You spend a good time and detail to your efforts here, and I thank you for it. Yeah.
Well, thank you. You've got more copies of that than I do. How many spares?
Jason Barber. Morning, Jason.
Good morning. For the record, my name is Jason Barber of the Transit Riders Union, and among other things that I also do, I'm also a volunteer with a youth group, and the youth director of that really likes TriMet. I'm just bringing this up to say something about something that was discussed very briefly here earlier this morning, and that was the beanbag shooting of the 12-year-old. And I really do think that TriMet actually should care about this. One of the reasons is TriMet is also used by people who are making their lives better, or they're turning their lives around because maybe they've done something previously in their life that they're not proud of. They realize, hey, wait a minute, I need to make some changes, and sometimes one of those that they either decide to do, or maybe a court says, you need to, do this, as they start riding public transportation. And, it helps them, turn their life around, put things in perspective, maybe not drive for a while, and they can focus on other issues of life and whatnot. And I really think that more of us, public agencies included, should do more to, encourage kids and children and whatnot, and teens to, engage in positive activities, not, give up on them and whatnot. I realized that in this situation, this was someone who had been excluded from TriMet previously. And I think maybe what should possibly happen is some sort of program where they really let people know, okay, this is, these are other people that have done things, and this is the road that they're taking. Ultimately we can't tell somebody who's 12, this is how to live the rest of your life, but we can definitely say, here's other people that have been down that road. This is where we think this road is going for you. You have a choice that you can make, and ultimately it's up to them to make it. If they do make it, this is what happens. If they don't make it, this is what's going to happen. Additionally, I think TriMet should really do more to promote more of the good operators who are also going to be receiving a bulk of the complaints about the service decreases next week, when people are going to call up Transit Tracker and it says their bus isn't going to show up for another 18, 19, 20 minutes or so. And something I was unaware of until the TriMet board meeting in May is that TriMet does have operators of the month and operators of the quarter and whatnot. And really, I think it would be great if TriMet did more to say, these are the good operators, these are the people who do provide a positive experience on TriMet, versus gigantic national headlines on TriMet operators that don't answer the emergency button on MAX trains. Now, I realize that correlation doesn't equal causation. However, one of the things I looked at online were figures that said that many large systems ridership is down. These are from APTA. But then also in Phoenix, the bus ridership is way down. And one of the things they've done was do a massive cutback on many of their service hours and frequencies and whatnot. Whereas some of the bus-only agencies in, of all places, Washington State, one of them being right across the border, are either flat to a little bit up. So, I'm not sure if that is anything. And as a final comment, as midday and weekend service decreases, I really think that TriMet Line 14 should be placed back onto the transit mall, because making transfers are going to become more and more important as service frequencies decrease. And more people are getting on a bus, and they get down to the Morrison stop here, and the operator says, this is my last stop, and it causes maybe a 4-block walk, and in that 4-block walk, the 14 that's leaving, and there isn't going to be another one for 17 or 20 or half an hour in terms of some of the off-peak times that bus runs, end up barely missing that particular bus. Thank you.